KXLY News Center in downtown Spokane. This is KXLY 4 News at 6.
Now at 6, the story is getting major attention tonight in the KXLY 4 Story Tracker. At least one person is dead. Hundreds of thousands are without power tonight. Hurricane Michael pounding the Florida Panhandle with 155-mile-an-hour winds. The storm slammed into homes. It crossed Mexico Beach as a Category 4 storm. Where this monster hurricane is headed now, that's in our next half hour.
And many of you letting us know your thoughts on our Facebook page tonight about this. That's the picture right there. Colin Kaepernick is moving to trademark what has become an iconic image of the former NFL star's face and hair. Kaepernick's company, Inked Flash, filed for the trademark last week. Let us know your thoughts. Find the post on our Facebook page right now.
Well, more than $500 million worth of changes in Spokane on the line this election. And in just weeks, you'll be able to voice your vote.
It's a very unique situation, unique to Spokane, something we probably won't see happen again.
You'll have the chance to weigh in on new schools, a new stadium, even new libraries, thanks to an historic partnership in Spokane.
The city, schools, and libraries are teaming up and asking you to decide what's next for Spokane's future.
You'll see 3 separate measures on the November ballot, all part of a partnership between 3 groups. Our Taylor Graham has been giving you in-depth reports all week on these bonds. She's live at the Shada Library tonight with more on the final piece of the puzzle. Taylor?
Nadine, Aaron, you'll be voting on the City of Spokane Bond Proposition 1. It calls for $77 million worth of improvements and additions to the Spokane Public Library system.
Tucked away in the corner of the downtown Spokane Library branch sit Lance Rhodes and his fiancée Crystal.
It's peaceful and it's relaxing here, and we're not at home.
Life's chaos is fading away in the peace and quiet.
We can actually focus on all the stuff that we need to find. It's really hopeful.
As Lance looks for a job and they get ready for the birth of their baby.
Paying bills and getting ready to see what we can do about our new arrival that we just found out about, so we're pretty stoked.
The library has taken on a whole new meaning for them this year. Not just a place to browse for books, but a place to plan for the future, similar to what the Spokane Public Library is doing now. It's gearing up for Election Day, asking voters to approve a $77 million bond for 3 new libraries and renovations to 4 others.
Every neighborhood is really going to see an impact from this.
If Prop 1 passes, we'll see new libraries at Liberty Park, across from the Libby Center, and by Shaw Middle School. 2 or 3 more of these 24/7 library kiosks, and the Shada Library, Spokane's busiest branch, would nearly double in size to 30,000 square feet, while the downtown, Indian Trail, and South Hill libraries get upgrades.
A lot of people ask, like, oh, well, we have these new buildings. What about the books?
The answer? $2 million set aside in the bond for new books, ebooks, and DVDs, more access and materials for families like Lance and Crystals, and more places to plan for the future.
Without these kinds of resources, a lot of people they would have really nowhere to go to.
Now, the construction of some of those new libraries is dependent on if the Spokane Public Schools Bond Prop 1 passes. For more on that, you can head to KXLY.com. There we've got all of our in-depth reports on each of these ballot measures. Live from Spokane tonight, Taylor Graham, KXLY 4 News.
It's been almost a decade since the Westboro Baptist Church took to the streets of Spokane with picket signs, but they're coming back. The controversial group has plans to make its way to the inland Northwest tomorrow. Now Spokane churches are weighing in. KXLY4's Nikki Torres has been working for you as we look ahead to the next 2 days. And Nikki, what are some of these local religious leaders saying?
Aaron, well, we spoke with a couple of local churches today, and both of them agree this group is here to create attention and to make a scene, all by spreading hate and fear. According to the church's website, the group describes their picketing as a, quote, daily peaceful sidewalk demonstrations opposing the homosexual lifestyle, something local religious leaders are arguing against. The group is known for picketing with signs with hateful messages toward American soldiers, other religions, and even homosexuality. In its press release, the church says it plans to also preach with great zeal and fervor against the folly of the North American Association for Environmental Education that don't believe in climate change. They've also planned protests at both Gonzaga University and Lewis and Clark High School.
Seems like we're being asked really not to engage with this group, but to kind of let them come and go and not give them the attention that they seem to be trying to draw to themselves.
Gonzaga President Thane McCullough sent a message Monday to students and staff regarding Westboro's plans to picket. In the message, McCullough reminds students the core of Westboro's activism is hate and fear. McCullough suggested the GU community wear Gonzaga clothing tomorrow as a way to join together in solidarity. The school's president also suggests students take part in a justice-oriented event as a way to respond to Westboro's hate speech. McCullough states in the message boldly, quote, "Those who decide to directly counter-protest the WBC are asked to do so in a non-violent manner." According to Westboro Baptist Church's picket schedule, the group will start at the Spokane Convention Center at 11, then Gonzaga at 11:45. The church's website says they'll be picketing at the Convention Center again at 5 tomorrow night, and also on Friday here at the school at Lewis and Clark High School. They're going to start at 7:30 in the morning on Friday. The last time that Westboro Baptist Church protested in Spokane was back in 2010. Live in Spokane, Nikki Torres, KXLY 4 News.
Thank you, Nikki. Well, a beloved North Idaho treasure has been destroyed by fire. The Wild Horse Mercantile and Saloon in North Boundary County burned down yesterday morning early in the hours. According to the Kootenai Valley Times, a woman who lives inside the business was burned on her arms and legs. Well, she made it out safely into a neighbor's home and was taken to the hospital. Crews got to the scene just after 3 a.m. to find the building fully engulfed in flames. The Idaho Fire Marshal is now investigating, and the couple who owns the business was able to salvage several boxes of merchandise and goods.
Well, 8 dogs who were rescued from an illegal meat farm in South Korea have found a new home, a safe home in Spokane. The Humane Society of the U.S. rescued more than 500 dogs and reached out to Spokanimal, who was glad to take in the pups. The dogs have been sterilized and implanted with microchips, but some of them need to recover before they're ready for forever homes.
Well, they were very tired when they first got here. Of course, they had a long journey. And so out of the 8 that we had gotten, about 4 of them were really ready to be adopted. They're pretty friendly and pretty ready. The other 4 are pretty quiet, pretty shy. So they're going to need a little bit more TLC to get up and ready to be adopted.
The dogs are available for an adoption fee anywhere from $200 to $275. If you're interested in adopting any of those pups or any pup or animal from Spokanimal, you can go to their website. It's pretty easy to navigate. Just click on the tab that says adopt, and then you can scroll down to either adopt for cats or dogs, or you can get info on other adoptions as well. And then you can click on the one you want, take a look, and then but you do have to go down there to the actual shelter to pick up the pup you want.
Glad they're going to some good homes. A KXLY4 update now. We're getting more feedback from the city of Spokane's Lime Bike pilot program. And just as a viewer told us about finding an electric scooter in the Spokane River, a crew found it under the Post Street Bridge. There you can see it, a little hard to make out, but you can definitely see the green there. Those scooters and bikes will be around for about another month or so. According to the city, people in Spokane took more than 13,000 rides in the first 16 days of the program. And of those who used the bike share, 60% said it was because they wanted to try it. 40% said they used the bikes or scooters to run errands or access other services. Well, happening right now in Spokane, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Multicare Rockwood is holding 3 mammo nights to encourage women to get a mammogram. Our Hawk Hammer working for your health tonight. He spoke with radiologists and doctors at the Breast Health Clinic today to find out more about these events. A great idea, Hawk.
Nadine, the statistic here, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Doctors here saying if you get screened early, they can start treatment early, and that will hopefully allow them, well, if you catch a cancer early, start treatment early, that'll allow them to hopefully help you with a full recovery. So what do these mammogram nights look like? There will be decorations, food, drinks, raffles. You can also come in with a group of friends. You just have to call ahead and schedule. The Breast Health Center uses uses a 3D mammography machine. It squeezes less and is also more efficient in catching cancer early. Doctors say 40% more efficient, though medically a self-test at home, feeling for lumps, etc. isn't a guarantee that you will catch breast cancer. You should still get screened. It's a good first step.
It's really important to know how your breasts feel, and if you detect any changes, that's when it's very important to let your provider know so that you can come in for an exam.
And she says most major insurances cover that once-a-year recommended screening. Mammo nights start tonight. They're holding extra hours here, open until 7:30. They'll also hold another one on the 18th, that until 7:30, and then another one on the 27th. That's a Saturday. That'll run 9 to 2 in the afternoon. Reporting live, Hawk Hammer, KXLY 4 News.
All right, thank you for that, Hawk. Well, breast cancer is the most common cancer in women. The American Cancer Society estimates more than 266,000 women will be diagnosed this year. So tonight, Aaron Luna is taking a more in-depth look at information you need to know, Aaron.
Yeah, and we're going to start with some encouraging news, Nadine, since this could be a tough topic for some people to talk about. Of course, it's affected a lot of people here. Breast cancer is becoming less deadly. The death rate for breast cancer in women has declined by 39% since its peak in 1989. That decrease partly because of increased awareness. So here are the facts. Lumps are the most common symptoms of breast cancer. If you notice a lump, always see a doctor to have it checked out. Most are benign, but it's better to be safe than sorry. While there are plenty of risk factors, the two biggest are out of your control. Those are being a woman and getting older. But there are some lifestyle habits that can influence your risk. Drinking alcohol, being overweight, a sedentary lifestyle, and not breastfeeding can all increase the risk. That's according to the American Cancer Society. And finally, most women diagnosed with breast cancer don't have it in their family. Some women may think they aren't at risk for breast cancer if no one in their family has had it. Unfortunately, Nadine, that's just not true.
Yeah, which is even more important for women to get those mammograms. All right, thanks a lot, Aaron.